In any negotiation, you need to worry about what you want, but it's also smart to understand the other side. If you understand how they think, it allows you to be strategic and it makes the negotiation faster and easier, and there are fewer misunderstandings, which means a better outcome and less conflict. So why should you be the ones doing this? Well, because you have more to gain, and you have a better understanding of the specific local situation. Companies are there to make money. That's what businesses do. And like everyone, they want to make the most money possible for themselves. In the past, and sometimes today, this has led to a lot of selfish, destructive, and ugly choices on their part, but companies are only selfish, ugly, and destructive when it's in their interest to do so. If it's better for business to be friendly and inclusive and protective, they'll do that instead, if possible. Companies tend to side with governments, regardless of who's in power, because it can give them access to the oil, gas, or mining sites. It's that simple. Governments have a lot of power over if and how a company gets to drill, dig, and stay and work in a country, and so on. Companies may rationalize bad things that happen by telling themselves that they're in a foreign place where they don't have the right to tell the government what to do. In the company's eyes, they don't owe anyone anything except what has been negotiated with the government. Companies like clarity and efficiency. They seek to talk with a publicly accepted and legitimate spokesmen and women, with people who have a clear, accurate understanding of the local area and who can be effective and accepted bridges to the community. So why are companies often so stingy compared to how you see it? Well, first, they have to cover the huge and unpredictable costs of developing the project initially. Oil, gas, and mining projects take many years of exploration and assessment and development before the company ever sees any money, and many of these projects do not prove to be successful. So the company feels it has to be careful. These projects often cost millions of dollars to put together, so they're really expensive, and sometimes the companies have to borrow money to build the mine or drill the well in the first place, and they need to repay it. Or maybe for a very small mine, it's the entire savings of a small group of people. Many of them have to answer to the investors in the company. Part of their job is to make money for them. And companies are already paying the national government taxes and royalties, and they may think that the government should be sharing and responsible for more with the local community. Companies also probably will have to build expensive infrastructure, roads or electricity, water sources that make the project work. Now, if the project is successful, the richer and more successful the company itself becomes, and the more it can build other projects, and it'll make even more money. But also, if this mine or well fails, or it isn't profitable, which happens a lot of the time, the company may struggle to find the money for the next project, and after a while the business could fail. They also know there will be hard times in the industry when there's little demand for this stuff, and they will be making very little money, so they don't want to promise a lot of money. If it's a national company, they may believe that they've been given the absolute right by the government to get the job done, and those who get in the way are being troublemakers. And besides, at the end, everybody likes to have more money. So on any project, companies feel that they're taking a chance. They do all sorts of complicated mathematical calculations to make sure the project is worth it. They consider the costs and how big the discovery is and how much they could make, including when times are bad and few people are buying. So companies feel they need to be rewarded for their efforts. There are a few places where companies will try to save extra money. Environmental protections. It's more expensive to protect the water, air, and land, so unless someone makes them do so, like the government, companies will do as little as possible and complain if asked to do more. They may try to pay the government as little as possible in taxes. They may try to pay their workers as little as possible. Companies may want to be good neighbors, but they often feel that some things, like schools or clinics or streets or electricity, should be provided by the government. Also, many times, they're not good at working in foreign situations, and they're a little bit afraid of or confused by local groups or customs. And they may hesitate to hire local people, not because they're against local people, but because much of what they need must meet extremely high standards that are essential to do the project safely and efficiently. Still, there are many things that the company can buy locally, and these can often be negotiated. When you understand the way the other side thinks, you can overcome their concerns to find common ground. Knowing their concerns strengthens the logic of what you ask for. Companies do make money, often a lot of money, and it's not unfair to expect some benefits. There's a lot of room for you to negotiate.